All right. Welcome to Tier 3 Belgian Grand Prix. I'm ISRL Knight in the booth with you. Thank you to everybody who's joined in so far. And we have an exciting race on our hands. Weather isn't going to play too much of a role in it. I got a little bit of an insight from the pit wall, and it should be mostly sunny, maybe a little bit of clouds here and there for the weekend. But it's not the weather that's going to play a big role in today's race. It's the drivers, and we have a lot of guys here out on track already. They're setting their first laps now. Mivako, championship leader, looking to secure that title. He's at a 142.5, quickly setting that pace, and Aizen behind him with a 143.2 in the McLaren, and currently it's the Alfa Romeo McLaren, only two teams to have set lap times so far. Osher is a reserve driver in that second seat. And pulling up the championship standings here. Just going to give you a little bit of a rundown of where we stand. As I said before, it's Mivako out in front. He's got 326 points. Let's look on board of this. We're on a cooldown lap, but let's take a look regardless. Yeah, 326 points. Way out in front, and then setting another lap time just there, or setting his first lap time rather, is F1 Richie, our second place man in the standings. A little bit out of reach there, 253 points, so that's a 73 point deficit. So I think he's just looking to secure second place at this point because he's got Aizen, the man actually right in front of him in qualifying so far. At 209 points, so some 44 points back there in third place. Catastrophic 204, Bilton Matt 180, and ISRL Esports. That's your top six. Bilton Matt, is he in here today? No, he's not. So Bilton Matt missing another race, so that's going to hurt his championship chances. Craigo 82 and Demort's the deck. Scarlo, that's your 7th through 10th. So most of those guys here looking to improve. It's pretty tight in the middle of the pack, and then after that we've got a couple cars in the 80s, a couple in the 60s, so still lots at play here for this Grand Prix. The season is not quite over, even if the main championship battle mostly is. Take a look at a fitted tire there. It looks like everyone's opting for the softs early on in this qualifying session. Ideal strategy, either a soft to medium or a soft to hard. Obviously that could change. Oh, big that was Joe Dimas impeding, it seemed, the Ferrari of F1 Richie. It was F1 Richie on of Craigo, and Craigo was on a hot lap, I believe, so not the best of driving in qualifying, but yeah, he's still going to improve his time, but a 143.8 could have been much better. I think Craigo had to lift off there on coming into Sector 3, and it's just cost him quite a significant chunk of time. Hartman Esports out on track as well in the Red Bull. Had a bit of a tough weekend. Started off strong last weekend. Seemed like he got his groove back. Ended up falling back, finishing towards the bottom half of the points there in Australia. And he's looking to turn it around. Hasn't set a lap time yet. I'm going to see what he can do. Let's get the sector times up. And yeah, here we go. 131, 133 coming into the bus stop chicane there, so should be crossing the line, not last. Here we go, Hartman, P8. So a little bit off the pace still, but a good first out lap for the Red Bull driver. Our one wing, I do believe he's on his in his hot lap now, and we're gonna see if the Haas driver can do anything here. There's still a few guys on track right now. Actually, quite a few cars on track, going for more laps. There's 9 minutes left in the qualifying session, and we're seeing a mix of strategy. Now we're seeing Bembo and Scar Logan out on the medium tires, and I'm seeing some comments on the live stream. Let's go see. Oopsie daisies. See what you guys have to say. There you go. URC rotations is good evening. Stret is soft medium. Yeah, most likely MT. Most likely soft to medium strategy. Stunik says snow in the race. See about that. Will the racing points a lap this week? Place your bets. Bets on no. Deck still in the pits. Catastrophic still in the pits as well. Turn 1's not. It's turn 2 you have to be worried about. So far though, there's 8 minutes left. Mivako still in front. We have a yellow flag. Is that just somebody letting another car by, or has there been an issue? I think it was just X letting the AlphaTauri by. Got the Williams of Bembo about to finish his lap. He's not going very fast. Killing for Cash is pushing, however. Or no, he's on his out lap still, is he? He's pushing hard, trying to get heat into those medium tires. We're going to see what he can do later in the lap. Aizen, I believe, is about to cross the... No, it's Osher all over the place right now. Osher, is he going to improve his time? No, starting his hot lap now, I think. Aizen crossing the line on his out lap. And Aizen looking to improve there. He's in the 143s, but definitely still time on the table. From somebody who was contending for the championship earlier in the season, trying to catch up to second place right now, and close up that gap. And he needs a solid race here because we're approaching the last little bit of the season. And if you don't do it now, you're eventually going to run out of time. That's the issue that he's facing. So far, so good, though. Almost 2/10 up on his previous time. So Aizen off to a strong start here. There's a Mercedes in the gravel there. Joe Dimas, excuse me, trying to get out of the way. Right on board here. Through turn 11 there into Puon, and not hugging the curb there on the inside. You can, but it's a little bit dangerous. You start feeling the rear end get loose pretty quickly when you do that. And good lines through here as he goes through the campus into Stavilo, turn 15 over here. And this exit is critical for your lap because it carries on all the way through Blanchimont, all the way through into the bus stop chicane. And if you don't get a good exit there, it's going to compromise essentially your entire straight line speed, as that was one of the cars on his out lap there moving out of the way. And maybe running out of batter here, as we see that light flashing in the back and coming through to the start-finish line. What's it going to be? So 142.5, Aizen goes P2 right behind Mivako. There's still a considerable gap there between the two as Mivako improved his previous lap time, reaching almost into the 141s, but Aizen placing that car P2 front row. That's exactly where he wants it to be. In the comment section, Chris says, good morning, folks. Good morning, Chris. And hope you're excited for some racing. And yeah, 5 minutes left in qualifying. We're starting to see the final laps, except of course it's a long racetrack here around Spa-Francorchamps, or or however you want me to say it. I know some people don't like it when you say English accent, Billy. Ix on his hot lap, but he's invalidated that one. So Craigo ahead of him is the man on the move there, but I think he's on his in lap there. 2 laps on those soft tires. Fallen Monkey's pushing right now on the soft tires, coming through to turn 11 and into Pooh. I'm just going to ride on board with him here. Good lines through there, keeping it under control as he comes into this final section of the lap there. His teammate right ahead of him on the medium tires, not getting maybe the pace that he wanted on the softs, or maybe just trying to opt for a different strategy because he's going for the harder tire compound. And if we're looking at currently fitted, he seems to be the only one to do that, going P14 with a 145.2. Fallen Monkey's going P10 right behind him. So good lap there from the Mercedes, getting himself into the upper half of the field. Craigo's had a problem as that Ferrari spinning out of Eau Rouge, it seems, and off the track he goes. Going to have to get out of the way of oncoming cars there. Some front wing damage, and I think that's going to be the end of his qualifying session. Red Bull of Hartmann on a hot lap. He's coming up to the end here. 144.1 was his last lap time, and I think he's down on his time there. Yeah, he's just going to dive into the pits, opting not to finish that lap. His teammate behind him as well, so both Red Bulls, I think, trying to get another chance maybe to get one last lap there. It's going to be tight. They're going to have to put new tires on right away and get right back out there if they want to have another chance. End of the World starting his final lap. Behind him, I think that was F1 Richie as well. Yeah, into La Source. La Source? Can't say that. I have to say it in French. Sector 1 got a yellow flag there. I think that's just one of the leaders going slow. Reserve driver Osher as well on his flying lap. I believe Demorts is approaching the end of his lap. Mivako about to start his. So now they're winding down to the line here. Fallen Monkeys and Joe Dimas, the first two to come to the line, both going to be diving into the pits. Craigo as well, he's not on a hot lap. And so I believe it is RR One Wing and Scar Logan. Yeah, they're going to be working together, Haas teammates. Aches behind them on a hot lap, and then it's End of the World, who's going to be the first one to finish his final lap. He's a 10th up on his time, going in through turn 15 into turn 16. That's a purple sector 2. So good time on that lap for End of the World. He's 8/10ths behind pole position of Mivako right now, looking to take a significant chunk, and there's a lot of cars close together here. He's P5, he's only 3/10ths out of P2, and if he can keep it together here through the bus stop chicane, get a good acceleration, oh, bit of wheel spin, that's going to cost him. And what is it going to be when he comes across the line? It's going to be P2. This is a 1:42.5. He's right ahead of Aizen, just 1/100th of a second behind, ahead of Aizen rather, as ISRL X retires from the session. But Aizen, who's on his out lap now, he's gonna get one more chance on a slightly greener track to prove everybody wrong. Bembo improves his lap time. Mastunik about to start his lap. Behind him, that's the Williams of Killing for Cash, who's giving it another go. Chill Mo coming in to start his first lap, I believe. Behind him, that's a Racing Point I see. That's catastrophic. He's going to give it a go there right at the end, but he's picked a bad time for it because he's got Chilmo right ahead of him. That's going to be some dirty air for the Racing Point, so maybe he doesn't intend on setting a lap here. Demortz coming on, that's the end of his lap. He goes P4, so good improvement for the Renault. You got two Renaults right now in the front two rows. The teammates of RR1 Wing and Scar Logan. Scar Logan's got an invalidated lap time, but it's way up on his time. He was 1.8 seconds up on his time, but he's invalidated, so it's up to his teammate behind to get the Haas's out of the bottom half of this grid. Thank you to everybody who's joined the live stream so far. Don't forget to click that like button if you're enjoying the race. Maybe like our social media as well. And we got merch too. If you go look in the link in the description, they just came on sale with our good friends at IMB Racewear. And yeah, in the end of this qualifying session, Aizen, what is he going to do? Aizen goes P2. Right behind him, that's Cliff Cash, not going to affect that too much. Osher diving into the pits. Bembo as well is done. And Catastrophic, the deck. Is Catastrophic going to go for it? He's, nope, he's going to dive in the pits. So Catastrophic, the deck, opting for their usual strategy. And that's basically the end of our qualifying session. Mivako, another pole position after a run of bad luck. He won the first two Grand Prix here in ISRL the tier 3, and after that kind of fell off just a little bit, no fault of his own. Finally got his third win of the season last race, and looking like it's another strong resurgence for the championship leader. Aizen looking strong. And F1 Richie, as usual, qualifying middle of the top 10. And that's not what he wants as somebody who's trying to clinch P2 in the championship, especially with his rival there, Aizen, qualifying P2 in this race. He's got some work ahead of him in this race to close up that gap to the McLaren, and he's got two Renaults and an AlphaTauri in between him and Aizen. So Aizen looking good to close up that gap to F1 Richie. It's still 44 points though, so it's not that simple. But Aizen looking like he's in a good position. But that's it, front row. Mifako, Aizen, second row. End of the World, Demortz, Stunik, and F1 Richie on the third row. The other AlphaTauri there of Chilmo in P7. Another strong qualifying performance from him. Cozy in the Red Bull, finding some pace in Belgium. That's Bembo Gaming in 9th place right behind him. And then closing out the top 10, Craigo82. ISRL X just missing out on the top 10, but he gets free choice of tires in P11 for Alfa Romeo. Fallen Monkeys P12. A strong qualifying session for the Mercedes. Osher, right behind him, a good appearance for the reserve driver in the McLaren. That's a 1.8 behind Mifako. Hartman, RR1 Wing, Joe Dimas, and Scar Logan. They qualified on the mediums. They're gonna get free tire choice. The deck killing for cash. Catastrophic not setting a lap time. And into the race we go. We're just gonna get through the loading screen here and see you on the grid shortly. I'm seeing some good lucks to everybody in the chat. Yeah, good luck to the drivers. We're just about to get underway here. 23 people in the stream, so thank you again to everybody who's tuned in. ISL Knight in the commentary booth if you missed that earlier, but glad to have you here with us, and excited to get going as the countdown starts here at the start of this round 13 out of 18 for Tier 3, Season 3. And drivers getting ready now, putting the final little modifications in their race strategy. And if you can stretch out a soft to medium, if you got some good saving on the tires, you can kind of just stretch out a soft to medium strategies. You're going to get some laps with some pretty bad performance towards the end of your stints. Of course, you can get saved from that if there's a safety car or a VSC that lets you, or a long VSC that lets you save up on your tires. So I think most drivers either going to be opting for a two-stop, maybe a soft to medium, or going for a soft to hard tire strategy. And oh, there's been a bit of contact right off the bat there, so you're going to get some drivers with cold tires in the middle of the pack, so that's sure to add some spice to the midfield battle here at the start. Looking at this tire strategy, it looks like everybody in the top 10 on the softs, just as they qualified. After that, we got Ix and Osher on the mediums, RR One Wing as well, so it's kind of staggered between the softs and the medium there, everyone else on the softs. Joe Dimas, Scar Logan on the softs, despite qualifying on the medium, so I guess not liking what they saw from the tire. The deck and Catastrophic on the mediums, with Killing for Cash in between them on the softs. So not a bit of a split strategy for the second half of the grid there. Of course, the front bound by what they qualified on. And coming to the end of the formation lap, any new comments to know? So good luck to all the drivers, of course, and let's hope we get a cracking race. Now, before we get this one started, of course, I do have to remind you, we have 2 more races coming up after this. We have Tier 2 in about an hour and a half's time, and then Tier 1 2 hours after them, so in about 3.5 hours on this very channel, and same track. Just some Belgian Grand Prix action all day today, and it should be some exciting races. The pack is pretty spread out here, as Mivako is really driven out into the sunset there, trying to get some speeds as he warms up his tires. What that's going to do is that it's going to cool them off significantly here. Is look how far the 2 racing points and the Williams are, I think, as maybe one of the racing points having a bit of a moment there, as I see the Williams ahead, and the drivers closing up on the track here. Got some cheering going on for some drivers who aren't even on the racetrack right now, boys. So we're about to get started, and in Belgium, we are just waiting the lights. The formation lap has finished, and here we go. It's 4 and 5, and it's lights out in Belgium, and it's a good start from pretty much everybody. Aizen not able to really close up that gap to Mivako, but he's still going to try around the outside, and is he going to make it work? He has made it work. Aizen is up ahead. I think there's a little bit of trouble in the back. No, it seems like everybody's got okay, and now Mivako is going to get a nice run up Eau Rouge. Maybe this is exactly what Mivako wanted, as he gets the split stream, and down the Camel straight they go, and oh, that's RR One Wing out at Eau Rouge, and we're going to get a safety car, and that's going to stop Mivako from passing Aizen there, as he had a great run with split stream down the Camel straight, and right away we're going to get a safety car as RR One Wing getting loose through Eau Rouge. And that's going to cut the race. That's going to cut the start of this race rather short. As we look at the position change, looks like Killing for Cash got a good start, up 4 positions, and Catastrophic as well up into 17th. Other than that, F1 Richie up 2 positions into P4. Aizen, of course, we saw him jump into the lead, and right away it seems like the rest of the pack hasn't shuffled all that much. Hardman as well with another good start for him up into P11. And Ix getting himself into the points, despite the cold tires there that he got from sitting out a lap, sitting out the formation lap. And it's the good thing about this is that the pack is going to be pretty close already. So if we see, oh, there's been a spin there. I think Osher, yeah, under safety car, Osher getting loose. We saw George Russell do that today, so it can really happen to everybody. Luckily for him, I think he got significantly better off than in today's race. No damage, at least no visible damage there on that McLaren, but those position loss hurt anyways. As we're seeing another predicted pit stop strategy there. We saw the soft and medium before. We can do soft hard as well as the 2 stops. So really a couple of strategies here for the drivers. We're seeing some drivers pit already. Demort's opting to get off these soft tires. And we're going to open up our tire graph here. See what they switch onto. They're all going to come out, of course, at the end of this queue. Looks like all hard tires. Oh, maybe not for everybody. Demort's on the hard tires. Bembo on the hard tires as well. It looks like Scar Logan and Joseph Cozy opting to go for the medium, so they're going to have to pit again because the medium does not last until the end of the race. So some interesting strategy calls from everybody. You can see how there's a little bit of uncertainty based off of based on the tire strategies. We're seeing some different teams opting for different things. And that's all signs of a good race brewing as we're under safety car here, 3 laps into the Belgian Grand Prix. And Aizen currently your first place man leading the field behind safety car. And are we going to get safety car in this lap? The field is queued up. I'm pretty sure they have essentially cleared out the wreckage. If it goes in, it usually goes in somewhere along this straight, but the lights are still on. I think we might just get another lap as we're seeing some backing up further down the field. Yep, we're going to get another lap here under safety car. In the comment section, if you're watching the stream right now, can you tell us, we've seen a bit of shuffling of the ranks so far. Does Mivako have what it takes to retake the lead here? Or is Aizen going to be able to hold on? Let us know what you think there. And or if maybe you have a wild card, third driver there that you think is going to be able to take advantage of what promises to be an exciting restart. Last time we raced here, we had about 3 safety cars in a row. Of course, we all know the old saying of safety cars breed safety cars, or yellows breed yellows. And off the restarts, is everybody just getting so agitated and so nervous, I guess. It was usually late in the race that we had them last time we raced here. I think we got 3 in the closing laps, and it was just we went from about 18 drivers on the grid to 12 in no time as guys were dropping left and right there on the restarts. So let's hope we don't see that this time around, as let's hope these guys stay a little bit more clean. There's a lot of race to go, 3 laps out of 22. And Mivako trying to retake his lead. He started on pole, had a bad start as Aizen made a wonderful move around the outside of Lesur's stick, and has been in the lead since. Of course, we only had about half a lap, maybe even a quarter of a lap of actual battling as a safety car getting thrown out there before we even got to Lake Home. So before we even got to turn 7 there, that was the battle over. So Mivako's been patiently waiting behind, trying to get heat in those tires. And in our comment section, we're seeing Aizen definitely needs to watch out for Mivako. Yeah. We've seen Mivako with some strong pace here. Aizen, of course, looking pretty solid today. He's been right behind Mivako every step of the way. And safety car in this lap, and now it's going to be Aizen's turn to bunch up the field, and he needs to take Mivako by surprise here as safety car coming in. I think he's carrying some speed here, Aizen. He doesn't want to back the field up all that much, give him a chance to get ready, and I think, oh yeah, there we go. Now he's going to slow down the pack just a little bit. You want to be careful here. Because in the back, it's pretty easy to think that the leader's gone when he hasn't. Of course, he can't go before the safety car is in the pit lane. And I think he's going to be taking the bus stop chicane here to go. Oh, he slows down a bit. Don't want to do that too much. Getting around there, a bit of wheel spin. That's going to let Mivako close up a little bit down the straight. Of course, no DRS yet because we've just come out of a safety car. And Mivako not able to close it into Lasource, but he's going to get a good run with the slipstream down here. And Aizen's going to have to use his overtee. He's going to have to use his rich mix fuel modes to stay ahead as they're very close through Eau Rouge and very close down the Camel Straight. Is going to be on the left-hand side, Mivako, and nothing Aizen can do. He's going to have to tuck in behind the Alfa Romeo and into Lake Home. He's going to be clearly ahead there, giving a bit of room there down the inside just in case, but Aizen not trying his move just yet. He's going to slot back into second place and try to fend off End of the World now, who's getting closer as Mivako already able to set a bit of a buffer between the two. And Aizen's got a lot of work to do on his hand. I guess he's not able to get the heat in the tires that he needed. Mivako's tires are already much better off there as he's just trailing off in the sunset. And that's going to be the end of Aizen's bid for the lead for now there, unless Mivako makes a mistake, because 1.2 seconds off the leader already, half a lap after the restart. And oh, we've had another Haas that's off the roads, and both Haas's, it seems like, getting the worst of it early this race there. Scar Logan having a spin through turn 12. That's Killing for Cash going off the road there in the gravel. Careful how rejoining as he comes out in front of his teammate. And dropping down the order there, that allows the two racing points to work their way close to the points. F1 Richie, we're going to tune into the front here. F1 Richie, really close to the car ahead as End of the World looking like a juicy feast for the Ferrari, and half a second back down the Kemmel Straight isn't not a big deal as you get so much closing speed if you're running a low downforce setup. We're going to see what the Ferrari can do as he tucks in. Oh, but the Renault is getting a little bit of a pull from Aizen ahead, and nothing F1 Richie can do there until DRS is enabled, and it's not enabled this lap. Doing a good job, the Ferrari driver, to stay close though, because the opportunities might come when you don't expect them, as End of the World having a bit of a lockup into turn 10. Using all the curb that you can here, especially on the exit there, but if you go too wide, you get a warning. 3 warnings gets you a penalty, so you want to be careful, because it's very easy to mistime your turn-in point there through Pouan, and it's very easy to exceed track limits if you're not careful about it, as down the straight F1 Richie a bit further back than he was last time around, but right behind them it's Hartman and Ix having a bit of a scrap here as we're seeing them enter Blanchimont, and through turn 18 there is Hartman's not going to be able to do anything about that, as Ix, no DRS of course through between turn 16 and the bus stop chicane, but Hartman has to contend with Craigo behind him as well. And here we go. Race control has enabled DRS, and now we're going to start to see the overtakes coming a little bit quicker. And actually, because Hartman lost that time to Ix, it's now Craigo who's looking like he wants that position as he's right behind the Red Bull coming. Oh, that's a big moment from Hartman, and he's going to lose that time. And I think that's going to be it. Craigo is going to be able to close up there, DRS or not. Yeah, much more speed there for the Ferrari, and down the inside he goes, but it's not a done move into turn 7, 8, and 9 there through Lake Home, and Hartman able to hold it up. Oh no, we have a safety car, and that's Killing for Cash getting loose in Eau Rouge, and we have another safety car here in Belgium. Oh man, and that's throwing the race wide open here, as let's open up our tire graph. We're going to see some guys, this is right in the pit window for some of these guys, and for others, like the medium tire runners like Ix, who's gotten himself up into P5 with the harder tire compound. Now he can pit now and have to go on the hards just like everyone else, or he can pit when his pit window opens, but that's an extra pit stop that he has to take later in the race, and that's a disadvantage. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is such a crucial period of time in the race where everyone was going to start pitting in the coming laps, and now the safety car has completely thrown that scenario wide open, and the teams are going to be scrambling on the pit wall here to figure out what they're going to do. And we're going to look at the front of the field here. Is Mivako going to pit? Come through the final corners. Let's see what side of the road he sticks on. Mivako into the pits. Aizen into the pits. And I think everybody, it's a mass exodus towards the pit here. Is Ix? No, Ix is going to stay out. He has to. His teammate's in there, so he doesn't want to get held up. He's got the better tire strategy anyways, but that's the worst strategy for later on in the race. And it looks like most of the leaders here already in the pit stop. End of the world putting on the medium tires. They're going to try to make this one stick all the way to the end. And End of the World jumping F1 Richie here, I think. Craigo opting to stay out as well. Catastrophic in the deck, back to their usual position of staying out under safety car and getting the better strategy as they're in 3rd and 4th. Mivako coming out P4, so very well done there from the race leader to pit, and he's only lost three positions, and D-Mort's right behind him on the hards, who's not pit yet. Oh, actually he pitted earlier under the first safety car. Benbow Gaming as well, his teammate of course bringing out this safety car. Joseph Cozy on the medium tires. Stunik in P9, not where he wants to be after an early pit stop. And he's going to be on the hard tires until the end of the race. But of course, with the guys ahead of him not pitting, this might just play into his hands. Yeah, so if you ignore the pit stops, Stunik is in P6. So not as grim of a picture as his race position seems to indicate. And, oh, Ix has left the session. What's happened to the Alfa Romeo? What's happened to Ix? Oh my. So Ix apparently the safety car was well, I mean he was first, of course, in the queue. And apparently hitting the safety car and getting disqualified from this race. That's going to be an interesting replay here. I just noticed that Ix was out of this session. Well, that's very unfortunate there for the Italian team, as they only got one car left in this Grand Prix, of course being the championship leader, but as they're trying to steal the Constructors' Championship away from Ferrari, that's going to be some crucial points left on the table there for Alfa Romeo. Sweet Crown, I think, no, I hit the safety car. Not overtook it. Hello, Jared. Hello, Crown. Welcome to the stream. We're on lap 8 out of 22. 3 cars have not pit. That's Craigo, Catastrophic, and the deck out in front. Everyone else with 1 stop. Chilman with 2 is something must have happened to that AlphaTauri somewhere down behind the camera. Yeah, I'm really unsure what happened to Ix there. Is just another bad round of bad luck there for the driver. Safety cars should be coming in this lap. We're approaching the midway point of the race. And looking at your fastest lap, yeah, let's take a look at that. It's Mivako. The 146, nobody else coming close to him. Is the second fastest lap from Mivako's 146.6 is a 147.0 from Asen. And crucially, look at this. Asen lost a lot of time in that pit stop. I think he might have had to serve a penalty as he's dropped way behind Mivako. And there's a big gap, a lot of cars. 6 cars, in fact, between Asen and Mivako. And that's going to be a mountain to climb for the McLaren driver, and Craigo leading the pack away as we're back under green flag. And getting a good start on everybody. Let's get your intervals back so we can see what's happened. They're already getting a second ahead of Catastrophic as really just flying there off the start. We've had an issue there. Joe Dimas having a spin on cold tires off the restart as he drops all the way down the order in the bus stop chicane. And Craigo leading them away here. Catastrophic not going to be close enough to make a push for the Ferrari. Mivako behind them though, Midas, he's already getting past the deck and already closing up on the racing point as our leader eager to get back to the front. Of course, on the fresher tires, it's going to be much easier. Catastrophic up 18 positions, Craigo up 9 positions, the deck up 14. So some big gains up through the pack there. But of course they have not pit yet, so they're going to end up falling back down at some point. But still, the racing points, making that reverse kind of unconventional strategy work to their advantage in yet another Grand Prix, as opting not to qualify. And they're running very well here early in Belgium. And Mivako is going to have a bit of a handful getting past the racing point of Catastrophic. Because of course, Catastrophic is a good driver in his own right, and he's going to be all over the racetrack defending here. As oh, what's happened to my camera there? And yeah, Catastrophic. We can see Mivako looking behind him, up, aiming for a move. He's going to go down, try to go down the inside, and not going to work there. As Catastrophic closing the door, and very good defense there from the Racing Point driver. Mivako not going to be close enough to make a move into La Source and down to Eau Rouge. It's going to be interesting to see if he can maybe use the slipstream down the straightaway. Should be close enough to really make it work, but if he's too close in here, he's going to have to lift off through Eau Rouge, and it's going to really throw off his top speed. And no, it looks like he was able to get through cleanly, and there he goes again on Catastrophic. Oh, they're very, very close there. Don't want to touch as they're heading through turn 7 into Lake Combe, and very well done to avoid contact there. It's not done. No, Catastrophic has clipped his rear wheel, and around he goes as the Racing Point resets the track there. And that's going to be a lot of positions lost. There's going to be some warm tires there that he's going to have to be careful with, and maybe a penalty going Mivako's way. I'm not really sure how that transpired quite. I think maybe Catastrophic drifting wide into Mivako as they're battling side by side, but Stewards are going to have to review that one. Unfortunate for Catastrophic, though. We're still under green flag conditions. There's no damage from that incident. Catastrophic getting back running. He's already P10, so didn't drop out of the points, which is good for him. What's bad for him, though, is that he has not pitted. Everyone around him has. So that's really throwing his race kind of off the strategy plan there. The deck, though, still in a good position to bring home some points for the team in pink. D-Morts has something to say. What's happening behind there? Is that F1 Richie who's had a spin? No, he's going in the pit. Catastrophic going in the pits as well. Oh, that's a Stunik who's had an issue. A Stunik with some wing damage, and he's slow to get back going in the Alpha Tauri. And looks like, unfortunately for him, it's right past the pit entrance, so he's going to have to do an entire lap there with that damage. D-Mort's right behind here, the deck, and the deck's going to have to slot right back into the line there. No attempt at a move as he just follows the Renault E-Tech hybrid engine-powered car through turns 8 and 9 into turn 10. And we're seeing the deck go a little bit wide there. End of the world right behind the pair. Trying to make a move himself here. It'd be real nice for D-Morts to back the deck up into his teammates' way, but I don't think he's going to be doing himself any favors as he's trying to hunt down Mivako and secure maybe a win. Definitely a podium for now for the Renaults. And if End of the World can get past the deck, that's a double Renault podium and the second one, I believe, in 3 races. So the Renault team looking strong here after a tough start. And the 2 Renault drivers, of course, they're not the highest up in the standings, but it's not because of lack of pace or performance, rather just because they've joined the team rather late in the season, and already D-Mort's getting himself up into P8 in the championship as End of the World makes a nice move around the outside of the deck there into the bus stop chicane, wasting no time, and now the team can use a DRS and let itself away from the competitors behind, dragging teammates down the straightaway. Let's just hope they don't bring the deck and Bembo with them as they start hunting the Alfa Romeo of Mivako. But End of the World joining just a few races ago. He's already P15 with 61 points. And with the 2 drivers ahead of him having 63 points themselves, it's looking likely that he's going to be leapfrogging them today, maybe even getting close to Hartman and Chilmo in P11 and P12 in the drivers' standings. Who's that pitting? That's the Stunik. Is he going to retire, or is he just going to change the wing? He's going to get right back out on track. Never given up on a race. And it's paid off for him in the past. End of the World, though, closing up on his teammate. And maybe we're going to get some team orders here at Renault, because it looks like End of the World has much faster pace than... that's not what I want on lap data. And much faster pace there than his teammate D-Morts. You see what that time coming out of Sector 2 is. It's a 1:17, and... yeah, so End of the World closing up there. But not going to be able to make a move here. There's no DRS down the straight, of course. Wouldn't it be fun if there was? But oh, big lockup there, getting very close to the rear end of D-Morts ahead of him. The 2 Renault teammates there, not trying anything too stupid, too crazy on each other, but they got to be careful not to cost each other time. Oh no! I think there's been a bit of a contact there between End of the World and D-Morts. Looked like D-Morts maybe just getting a bit of a lockup, but I think they got away with that okay. No damage. Benbow and the deck fighting behind. That's Chilmo, Osher, and Fallen Monkeys look like they're having a bit of a battle. Oh, and ahead, it's End of the World getting ahead of his teammate. Very well done there as he starts the hunt down from Ivaco, who's 5.3 seconds ahead, building that gap rather quickly. And is End of the World going to be able to do anything about that? We're seeing how far ahead Ivaco is right now. It's the End of the World coming up behind him just about. No, he's too far for the camera to pick up. Coming through towards the end. Oh, big moment I caught from the side of my eye there. Fallen Monkeys. And oh, Joe Dimas is out of the session. And Joe Dimas, yeah, getting very loose there, and that's a VSC. And look at that, we see him in the barriers. So that's one Mercedes down. I saw Fallen Monkeys have a bit of a moment. I think Chill Mo dropped to position 2. This is played perfectly for the deck as he gets a very cheap pit stop that should let him not lose too many places. And Scar Logan as well opting to pit under VSC. We're down to 16 cars here as we're heading back under green. Ivaco, that lead staying more or less the same here under VSC, 5.3 seconds. Diamort still right behind his teammate. Not close enough to make a push just yet, and the deck coming out in P11. So Chilmo is going to have his hands full here in the coming laps, as the deck and Scar Logan both on fresh tires, both right behind him. Big task ahead for the AlphaTauri driver is he's also right behind Craigo, who we did see pit recently. Lovely bit of camera work there as we're seeing them on the run up to Blanchimont, going through Blanchimont right now. Such a wonderful track here in Spa. It's always fun to be here. One of the longest racetracks on the calendar, and we're gonna see him move here from the deck. No, he thought about it. We saw him close up there just at the last second, but he's gonna be patient. Oh, and that's a Mercedes that spun around there. Fallen Monkeys with some wing damage, and got another VSC there for debris. So this race getting neutralized further. These drivers not getting much of a chance to run. Getting frequently slowed down here. And through the chaos, Scar Logan getting ahead of the deck, I think. I'm not sure if that was entirely under green flag conditions. But nevertheless, the Haas driver now in P10. Fallen Monkeys is going to have to go pit to change that wing. And still it is Ivaco ahead as we go back under green flag conditions. Jaron Visser saying the safety cars are so annoying. I find myself agreeing, but I don't think all those needed a VSC. But the game is gonna game, and we all know how this game loves to be inconsistent with its things. So here we are. A couple of safety cars, a couple of VSCs later. We got 15 out of 22 laps as we're seeing Scar Logan trying to warm up his tires. Those yellow flags are just the Mercedes Monkeys letting a faster car go by. And Scar Logan making a move here on Chill Mo. Is he going to be able to do it? Not quite through there. Chilmo shutting the door through Blanchimont and into the bus stop chicane. Scar Logan still trying to get heat in those tires. We've seen peeking left and right. They're not able to make the move stick. And Chilmo doing a good job defending from that attack there. But now he gets DRS, and now he's going to be able to close up much faster. So Chilmo needs a good exit coming out of La Source. And is he going to get... He does get a good one. It's maybe not the best, but Scar Logan not getting any closer yet. And use your overtake, use your rich mix mode, because he's going to be all over you as, oh, look at this, getting a much better run through the Threadio there, and ahead goes Scar Logan. Not a chance, nothing Mo could do there as he drops into P10. Still a decent way ahead of the deck, though. Your tire data for Jordan, who want to see what everyone's on. Your oldest tires on the grid right now are D-Morts and Benbow Gaming, which explains the pace difference between the two Renault teammates. Benbow as well, who I believe has pit. Yeah, so they've all pit, but those two pitting much earlier. Aizen working his way up into P5. Hertman still running well in P7 for the Red Bull driver. Now we're seeing a couple of guys who aren't going to have to pit again. I think Mivako and the World are at risk of having to pit again. Anybody on the hards should be good. So there's still hope for Aizen that he's going to be able to kind of overshoot there the Alfa Romeo and beat Mivako on pace alone. And sorry, not pace alone, but on pit stops. Crago trying to catch up to Hartman. He's on the softer tires, he's on the newer tires, so it shouldn't be too hard there. But still, we're seeing him not... Jordan says mediums will be good to the end. They might. At this point, it was pretty nip and tuck for me in my practice sessions, but of course, maybe these guys running a bit less abrasive setups. So we'll see. Crago's definitely going to be good to the end, as well as the guys lower down the field. But still, we have 5 laps to go here in Belgium. Cozy and Fallen Monkeys way at the back there. They're not in danger of getting lapped, but they are wishing for... Oh, what's happened here? We're seeing Hartman go very wide there. Crago losing his wing as he plowed into the back of the Red Bull. This is going to cost the Red Bull some positions as he goes into the gravel. It's going to cost Crago his wing. And are we going to get another incident here? Oh no! And that's Cozy, who's retired from the session. And we're going to get another safety car. And I was just saying, Monkeys must be hoping for a safety car now, because the only thing that let him close up to the pack, he's getting it here. 15 drivers left as Cozy DNF's out of the session. Yeah, just on the exit there, you can see collected that inside wall, and out of the race he goes. He was not having a good Grand Prix so far. He was not going to be happy with that performance. But it's going to let everybody close up now, as we got 5 full laps to go. We are seeing some pit stops, interestingly enough. The deck opting to go on the soft tires. Crago Hartman as well. Of course, they are pitting for some wing repairs, and because they went through the gravel. The mediums will definitely be good until the end now. And yeah, that's a good point. We did have a lot of safety cars, so mediums probably not getting worn out nearly as much there. Jordan saying the top 4 should all come in. Yeah, they're going to be at risk there, especially with Scar Logan on the fresher softs. But I think with the few laps that we're going to have left, they should just come out okay. Field, of course, is very spread out, and once we get bunched up, there's not going to be many laps here under safety car. We should see a 2-lap shootout until the end. Yep, Renault, unfortunately, losing some time there is Demorts. Aizen getting himself up into the lead, so it's going to be a tough 2 laps here for Aizen, as he opts not to pit. Fami Ibako on fresh softs behind him, with himself on the hard tires. Yeah, I think Aizen is going to have a very hard time here on the restart. But he may still scrap away a podium. 3 drivers behind him, though, on the soft tires. After that, you got Shilmo, who's running P5 on the hards. So Shilmo might be dealing with some traffic here, as he might be a bit of a sitting duck on the harder tires, and they're going to have to fight for their lives here, as safety car should be coming in either at the end of this lap or the end of the next one, so we should not be seeing too much more running under safety car. I do hope for the 2 drivers who are further at the back there, Stunik and Fallen Monkeys, that it's at the end of the next lap. I do hope, for the sake of our race here, that it's at the end of this one. And no more pit stops between now and the end. Scar Logan with the fastest lap. That's a 1:44.9. Let's look at your position change. So Scar Logan up 13 positions. Chilmo up 2. Aizen and Mivako have swapped, but of course, Aizen not pitting for the fresh tires. Osher up 6 positions. The deck up 9 positions. Catastrophic getting himself up into P11 and in the points after starting towards the back. Hartman up 2 spots. He was running very well prior to his pit stop just now on the softs. And that little incident with Crago. Crago not moving as well, end of the world from the start of this race. And they're going to go around one more time. The biggest loser right now in terms of position is Stunik. He's down 10 positions from where he started. And he is on the soft tires, so he's going to be able to maybe make up some ground at the start, but with the cars ahead of him, a lot of them being on the soft as well, going to have a tall task ahead. But 2 laps to go, guys. I just want to say thank you again if you're watching the live stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the live stream if you haven't already. Do appreciate you tuning in. It means a lot for you to me that you come and watch these races. We do have merch on sale now through IMB Racewear. The link is in the description below. Every purchase helps us out quite a bit, so do go check that out. If you're interested, you can get your own custom driver number or the number of your favorite driver. If you're unsure how, just go check our Discord for more information. We are on lap 20 out of 22, and 2 laps to go in this Tier 3 race in 50 minutes. Exactly 50 minutes. We have Tier 2. getting underway. And then in 2 hours and 50 minutes, we have Tier 1 here at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Great racetrack, legendary racetrack, and always fun to come racing out here. We have some very iconic corners. Don't get too close to that safety car, Aizen. You don't want to take a penalty. And safety car is going to be coming in this lap as the field has bunched up. We're going to get a 2-lap sprint to the finish. And Aizen trying not to get swamped by the cars behind as we have a couple guys pitting on the softs right behind him. He's going to try to hold on to that lead. And what he wants to do is he wants to not let Mivako get a run up through the Kemmel straight on him. So either take him by surprise or try to get Mivako himself swamped with the other cars by backing them up enough. Because if Mivako is able to close up behind him and get a longer, higher top speed down the straight, Aizen's going to have no chance. And as soon as Mivako is ahead of him, I don't think Aizen's going to be able to catch up on those worn tires as he backs the field up. And going into the bus stop, is he going to go for good? Big wheel spin. And that's not what Aizen wants, because Mivako, before the start-finish line, is there. Mivako's already going to be down his inside. Down the restart, Aizen braking later. We're seeing that same move that let him keep the lead at the start of this Grand Prix. Pulling it here, and through Eau Rouge, are they going to be going side by side? Mivako thinking about it, going, nah, that's not a good idea. I can get him down the straightaway. We're not going to get DRS here, as there's only 2 laps to go. And we were under safety car, and now Mivako closing up. He's got End of the World behind him for company. Aizen going to be defending, and into Lake Combe, it's going to be Aizen still ahead, doing a wonderful job defending, but Mivako is going to be able to stick his nose down the inside. He's kept it clean so far. Aizen still ahead, doing an excellent job holding on to that lead. Mivako down the inside, more grip down the inside there on the soft tires, and around no-name corners. Mivako going to try to move. No! Aizen staying ahead through Puwan. Mivako still pushing, is going to look down the inside again. No, Aizen shutting the door down on that, not having anything to do with Mivako pushing up behind him. Mivako's going to have to wait again as he gets a lockup. Now he's got End of the World to worry about behind him, who's also got fresh tires. And End of the World is, oh, that's a big mistake to make there, because this corner influences your speed all the way down the straight and is going to let Mivako attack Aizen, as Aizen's already out of battery. And now Mivako is going to get an excellent run through 17 and 18. Nothing Aizen can do. He's out of battery. And End of the World's coming too low. They make contact. They touch a little bit, but they kept it on track. End of the World around the outside. They're touching wheels almost. End of the World has the inside line. And onto the final lap we go, and it's going to be 3 wide here into the source almost, as Scar Logan gets himself up into the podium, and Aizen down the inside defending well from Scar Logan. Scar Logan forced to turn behind. Oh, and behind them goes End of the World as he lights up the rear tires, and out of the session he goes. And is that going to be it, or are they going to keep racing? They're going to keep racing. Mivako with the lead now. Aizen right behind. Scar Logan opting to make a move. No, it's going to be Demorts now who tries to go for the podium. And Demort's going to be kind of boxed in there. Oh, he's going to make contact with Aizen. He's going to make contact. Now Aizen forced to go deep. There, that's wing damage for Demorts. So both Renaults having trouble here in the closing stages. The Scar Logan getting himself up on the podium. And Osher, the other McLaren right behind him, looking to maybe steal that away and ruin the day here for the Haas team. And Demor's going to have to now not get swamped by the field there, as he is struggling with less downforce. Scar Logan is just close, far enough from Aizen. He can't make it move. Can't make a move, but it's going to be his teammate Osher trying it around the outside, not able to get the job done here. And through turn 16 is going to be Mivako, Aizen, Scar Logan, Osher, Demorth, Chill Mo, and F1 Richie. F1 Richie has trouble. F1 Richie spun around, and F1 Richie, that's going to be the end of his race there, as he's fallen all the way down to the back of the grid. But Mivako is going to come home to win this race. What a final few laps we've had. My voice is tired. Wow. What a great race, and Osher's gonna actually make a move down the inside, and Osher's gonna steal the podium from Scar Logan on the final corner, and he's gonna make it stick. It's gonna be a double McLaren podium on the last corner, and oh wow, what a finish! On the right till the end, they were battling. Right until the end, we got some overtakes. It's gonna be Mivako, Aizen, and Osher. 1, 2, and 3, and wow. You're probably hearing monkeys in the background right now. Coming home P6. Good points results for him. And yeah, Mivako with his second win in a row after a long drought with none. He started first, he finishes first again. Osher, P2, Aizen, P3 after some penalties. Craigo coming home P4 for Ferrari. Deemwards holding on to P5. Monkeys, thanks to a very clean race, not a single picked up penalty, comes home P6. Catastrophic in P7, that's a good drive for him. Scar Logan dropping down to 8th place after 9 seconds in penalties. Hartman Esports P9, the deck P10. That's a good race for him considering he started P18. Astunic P11, Bembo Gaming P12, Chilmo P13 after getting a bit of a rough restart there on the hard tires. F1 Richie, End of the World, Joseph Cozy, Joe Dimas, X, Killing for Cash, and RR1 Wing. That's the end of the order, and End of the World down, all DNF'd or finished a lap down. End of the World still getting classified there after he crashed out with a lap to go. But that's the end of the Belgian Grand Prix. What a race! What a race! Scar Logan still coming home with the fastest lap, so good for him there. And yeah, that was very fun, guys. Thank you everybody who's tuned in here. I'm gonna try to get some of these guys in for an interview. So apologies if the screen gets interrupted. And just gonna invite Mivako, but what a race there. Let's get Mivako and Aizen in here. Aizen is already in. There you go. Now he's just joined in. I get send Mivako an invite, and wow. Okay, just gonna give Mivako a second to join in. We're gonna start with Aizen, or actually no, we're gonna start with Mivako since he's joined in. Sorry, Aizen. Mivako.
Yes.
You're in here, man. Yes. That's another win. Second win in a row after a long streak without. How does it feel to be on the top step again?
Well, this race was crazy. All the safety cars, all the virtual safety cars, and the last 2 laps, I felt like I was driving NASCAR in the place that I was driving Formula 1, so it was really, really epic. Especially from Aizen on the hard side, that he, I think, 13, 14 laps, and he defends pretty good at the first lap, but then I have in the last lap I have the pace, and I looked behind me and I saw 3 cars, 3 white. I was, what the fuck is this here? But what a race, what an ending.
Yeah, that was an exciting last couple of laps there, and like you mentioned, a lot of safety cars. What's going through your mind there? Did you stick with the same strategy through the race, or was that changing from VSC to safety car and whatever?
Well, the first stint on the soft, I was really on my focus. I keep making no mistakes. But then, when the second safety car came, I have the soft. I switched to the mediums. In my mind, there will be a safety car at the end. It's just like that in Tier 3. So that was a little bit in my mind, and I keep driving and driving till the last safety car. My mediums were around 40%, so I don't think I gonna get a puncture with mediums, but the soft are obvious faster, so I switches to the soft.
Well, it looks like it's paid off for you. You're increasing your gap in the championship, but a driver who's done a very good job of closing up the gaps in this championship, Aizen, finishing on the podium there. What was going through your mind there at the end of that race? Because harder tire compound, you got a lot of people on the softs behind you. And how did you keep that position?
Well, I thought that would not be able to keep it at all because I had like 12 lap old hards and they were completely on new softs. But I think it was about the DRS. If I didn't have the DRS, I used up all of my battery completely. And if they had DRS, they would have got me for sure. But it was hard fighting. It was good fighting.
Yeah, it's a good race. Any reason why you stayed out instead of pitting during that late safety car?
I think I would have ended up like behind Chilmo, which would have been I don't know, a couple places back, and I didn't really want to have to climb back up, so I decided to just stay out and defend whatever position I get.
Yeah, it paid off there. F1 Richie with a late spin, which means that you're getting a good chunk of points out of that gap between the two of you. How do you keep your head down to make sure that you can beat him in the remaining races in the season?
Well, I don't really do a whole lot specific, so just practice for the next race. Not much I can say about that. But the chunk of points might be a little bit bigger. I want to mention that I had a 5-second penalty that I had to serve in the pits because I was overtaken for a split second by Mibako under the first safety car, and I got an illegal overtake out of that. So those 3 seconds that I had, yeah. You overtook me into the third one for a split second, and I got an illegal overtake out of it.
On the restart or on the first lap? On the...
I think when we made a full lap around the safety car.
Oh,
To me, with the first full lap around the safety car, on the second one, on the third one, I got an illegal overtake.
Oh, well, I didn't get anything, so...
That was in P1, and then I got those 3 seconds, so...
I see where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely unfortunate that happened. I think Osher's in this party. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so coming in first race with us and getting a good result like that, how does that feel?
It feels amazing, honestly. I didn't expect me to get this good of a result. Especially after the bad quality I had. I invalidated twice on the last laps. And the 43.8 was so bad. I was so upset myself. I thought I'm gonna get to last place.
And that wasn't the case there. You battling your way back to a podium. So yeah, it's a very good first impression to make. I'll tell you that. Now, during all those safety cars, was your strategy getting changed on the fly, or did you stick with what you wanted through the race?
No, it was. I intend to do medium soft.
Yeah.
The first safety car was like lap 3, right?
Yeah.
I felt like it was too early for the hot, so I felt like I'm just gonna go. And then in lap 6 or 7, the second safety car, I said, okay, I'm gonna take the hards now, and pull to the end. But then the last safety car came, and I wanted to change the softs, but I only had worn softs. I didn't think I'm gonna get fast with them, so I just switched to a new medium. So I had some distance from the cars behind, so I felt like, okay, I can pit and get out and still be in a good place. So I went for it, and it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely did. The congratulations on the results. Congratulations to all of the podium sitters here, and thank you to everybody who's tuned into this Grand Prix. We're going to be back live in about 40 minutes with Tier 2 here at the same track, and yeah. I'm ISRL Knight. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go check out all of our other social medias, and don't forget to check out merch now and say a link in the description. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you either in 40 minutes or next week, next time. Congratulations again to all of the drivers.